Ladies and gentlemen, humans and aliens, welcome to the first and special edition of the DIANA Awards ceremony. In October 2020, 10 selected human musicians and AIs got together for one day to create songs and music videos. The songwriting camp took place in Cologne, live and under pandemic-proof conditions. The human musicians neither knew each other nor their AI partners in crime beforehand. Tonight, we proudly present the results and are thrilled to hand over the first DIANA trophy to the winning team. And now, please welcome your host of the night, Jovanka von Wilsdorf.
Welcome. So good to be here. Yes, welcome you, of course. Welcome everybody virtual and real. And since you never know what's going to happen within the next minutes these days, and I really want you to have heard this before the internet melts down or something, I want, first of all, you actually do the thank yous in the end. I want to do them now, at least some. I want to thank the 9 musicians who actually appeared in person to the writing camp yesterday and under these crazy conditions. And then it's one thing to show up. It's another thing to jump head over heels into totally strange conditions with strange musicians and totally new tools and to be creative under some time pressures, so to say. So thank you so much. And did I mention that the songs came out great? We are so freaking proud of you. Yes. Second, I need to thank my incredible DIANA team. The last weeks have been sometimes like being a video game, I have to say. Like you never knew what would come next. And well, we rocked it somehow. And I'd say worst conditions, best team. And it's so much better than vice versa. So I love you. Thank you. Yes. And also the excellent jury. But we get more, you get more details about our excellent jury later on. For now, welcome, Gray. Thank you. I would like to introduce our jury who selected our great musicians and who were part of selecting the winning team for tonight. So welcome up Sandira Blas, Ralf Christoph, and please Stephanie Grave. As a jury member, she's called Stephanie Grave. As an act, she's called Gray. So please, Miss Stephanie Grave, come to the front of the stage. Sandira, Ralf. I think if you're wearing mask, you don't have to be so afraid of being here. So actually there's so much excellence going on that I might have to read this because it's just too much. I will start with Stephanie actually. So Stephanie Grave, alias Gray, is a designer and electronic music producer from Cologne and works at the intersection of design, music and technology. In her work, The Black Box Experiment, she explored the question of how artificial intelligence can be a creative partner in the musical creation process. She translated the behavior of an artificial neural network into a human musical performance. I actually really want to see that, my dear. For this, she won the Lucky Strike Junior Designer Award 2019 for it. Thank you. Our second jury member is Sandira Blas. I'm so happy that you're here, my dear. So, Sandira skateboarded for 15 years, and she actually wanted to become a pro, but actually she can still do a 180, this flip kick. Anyway, she can still do that, but she decided against a pro career after all. For the last 15 years for that, she has dedicated a second room in her apartment only for music machines and mostly modular synthesizers. She is also the senior curator of the Factory Berlin, a great co-working space with co-working space actually doesn't really describe it. It's a great space, look it up. And head of their annual artist residency, a creative speed brain and a great person. Thank you, Sandira. Last but not least, Ralf Christoph. Come a little bit, no one will see you. Despite his accordion playing skills, Ralf Christoph did not want to pursue a career as a musician. He worked for many years as a music journalist, club owner and music manager before becoming one of the co-founders of the CO Pop in 2004. Today he's the director of the CO Pop convention and connects exciting people and projects all over the world. Yes, I've seen that happening. Actually. He is also a core member of the DIANA team. So thank you, Ralf. Next point, and right now we will see the trailer, like a short version to get you an impression of what happened at our writing camp yesterday. Please, film up. I really, really like this trailer. And what a great introduction or interlude for actually introducing the team's life. Please come on stage, and I think first of all I'd like to have team 1 here. So team 1, get up here. While they're coming, I can tell you one more thing. The 3 songwriting teams, in the end we had 3 teams instead of 5, but 3 people in one team instead 2 in one. They had the choice between various AI tools, and they had no genre restrictions in writing. Like they could combine what they wanted to work with, how they work with, but they all had to include the same 3 words into their lyrics, which were boom, flower, and generate. Yes. Oh, one thing I forgot. See, the little score of this little film you've just seen was done with a cute little AI as well, and the track is called Dirty Diana. Now, before we find out what you came up with, I have 2 questions. So I have 2 questions for you. You got to fight now. How would you describe your experience in a couple of words? Like, how was it for you? Ashia, start.
It was very challenging, but very fun. Very, very much fun.
Great, great. And second questions, working with AI tools, was that more of a restriction or more of an inspiration for you? Actually, I want to know this from both of you.
I would say both. Like, I couldn't decide. It was a limitation that led to inspiration.
Wow, I actually like that. How was it for you?
It's hard to beat that answer.
I don't understand a word. Get rid of that.
It's hard to beat that answer, I say.
Yes.
But actually, I really like the limitation too, but I also like the element of chance that was introduced by the tools. Because maybe you will hear that in our clip that in traditional songwriting, you are always told that there are like 2 modes, like major and minor, and for example, which is really interesting, I think, in our piece, is that the AI just introduced a melody that was at the same time minor and major, and it's changing all the time, and that was a really inspirational challenge.
I think this is one of the best parts too, because it's kind of an unpredictable dialogue partner sometimes.
Yeah, for sure.
And yeah, it's pushing you further. One thing I really liked throughout the whole camp is that somehow the AI got outnumbered, and not by human beings, but by human creative force. It's like when the longer we went into the day, the more I just saw these like glowing eyes and just doing music, and the AI was like, all right, let's play a little. So I love that. Anyway, thank you. I would like to introduce the second team now, and afterwards we will see all of your videos. Please welcome on stage. I think you have to. Such a beautiful dress. All right. Welcome up, team 2. Please come to the stage. All right, my dears, I also have 2 questions for you. First of all, I want to ask you first, how was it for you? Give us a few words.
It was a great pleasure. The day was amazing to work with AI and 2 beautiful musicians and producers was great. Yeah. Good experience, challenging and fun.
Challenging and fun. Actually, that sounds great. So I would like to know from you, Marie, would you work with AI again, or did you have it?
No, I love it, and I found out it's very inspirational, and I would work really again.
So you worked with Splash Pro, and
Yes.
what part did you like most about it?
The most is vocal rendering, and the vocals are very good at first.
Yeah, and you used some vocals in your song, so I'll be very interested and excited to what you might say about that. So, you, Johanna, what did you find most surprising in this situation?
I was surprised that I really liked the lyric generator because it was able to create lyrics and words that I really liked. And sometimes I thought, I wish I had written this. And it was only based on like some information that we fed the system. And beforehand, I didn't really believe that I would like what the machine, also what the AI would spit out, but I actually did, and that was the most surprising part for me.
Great. Oh, that's so good to know. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Here we are again. Welcome up, Team 3. God, this is an adventure. It keeps being very exciting, I have to say. Great. Welcome, Berta Ju, Claudi June, and Linu. Beautiful. So I have 2 questions for you too. First of all, also, how was it for you? I'd like to know this from you.
So for me it was very inspirational, and no, we're not allowed.
Louder or mask off?
We're not allowed to take the mask off. So I love to work with these 2 powerful women, and also with the AI. So I guess it was a perfect combination.
Great, that's so good to hear. So, if you would you work again with AI?
The thing is, the lyric program spit out one lyric that I found so genius that I wrote it down in my notes. So I might release a song with the lyric one day. So definitely, I think it just lacks human emotion, of course, to make like a whole song with turns and interesting twists in the words. But some lines sound really poetic, and I would use it again,
Yes.
definitely.
And I think that's the point. I mean, we're speaking about Lyric Studio. We should name him here because it is a great tool. And the funny thing is, it's not spitting out whole lyrics. It's really giving you suggestions and lines, and it's actually leading us to create something, which is great because you have to make choices very quick, and you find out that you actually have such a distinctive style because it's so easy to say, no, not this line, but this one. And it's leading you to new ideas. So I had the same experience. That's so good to hear. So if you could wish for one AI, music AI, what should that be able to do?
That's a tough question.
I know.
I actually really like the Splash Pro vocal function that comes up with pretty great melodies, I think.
Yes.
So I would hope for an AI with more options for different changes, because the changes that Splash Pro, for example, has for...
you mean the chord progressions?
Yes, chord progressions.
Oh, okay, yes.
And they were pretty limited. So I think that would be nice to have, but it's not such a big deal.
You know, they might actually really like to hear that. That's a very good point because it's a very practical thing, and if that would,
Yeah, because the chord progressions there always start with a tonic.
Yes, I know.
And that has a very distinctive style.
The thing is, they spit out MIDI. I don't want to get too nerdy here for the audience, but they spit out MIDI, and of course you can change the voicing. And you can change the chords. So they just give you kind of a starting point, same as the lyric. So you have, but for that you really have to dig into it a bit more. And it would be great to have just a starting point from not from the one all the time. Yes, I totally see that. Thank you. Yes, give it up for them. Now that you know who did this, I would like you to see and hear what they actually came up with. So we will hear all 3 videos now. Thank you.
I'm in the mood to make me feel alright in a whole world of lies. Looking for some kind of persuasion that generated generation. It's the shadow of a shadow, the great white moon, no battles over flower, silent boom. It's the shadow of a shadow, the great white moon, no battles over flower, silent boom. Shadow of a shadow, the great white moon, no battles over flower, silent
Shadow over shadow, the great white moon. All petals of our flower, the silent
It's the shadow of a shadow, the great white moon, no battles over flower, silent boom. Shadow of a shadow, the great white moon, no battles over flower, silent boom. It's the shadow of a shadow, the great white moon, no battles over flower, silent boom.
Great, thank you. Track 2.
Where is my place? I'm beginning to think I'm just a space, but I'll be no longer gray. I got my own tomorrow. Finding you in the trace. Another year without money.
Wow. Nice.
Days go by like a machine. You can see the lights flashing, flashing. I know none of this is real, but the system's never crashing, crashing. All minds turn into a place where no flowers ever growing, growing. Wasting all our years away without us ever knowing. Oh, so lonely, we generate a dream. Spend our lives on screen. Welcome to the new world. You can get away. We are only human. Artificial game. We know that we lose it, but we keep on playing. We play, we play, we play. I was searching for a truth, but when I thought that I found it, I could hear the voices boom, saying I can live without it, out it. I'm returning to a place where no flowers ever growing, growing, wasting all your years away, and we'll never get them back. Oh, so lonely, we generate a dream. Spend our lives on screen. Welcome to the new world. We are only human. We know that we lose it. We play, we play, we play. Welcome to the new world. You can get away. We are only human. Artificial game. We know that we lose it, but we keep on playing. We play, we play, we play. Welcome to the new world. You can get away. We are only human. Artificial game. We know that we lose it, but we keep on playing. We play, we play, we play.
Wow. What the heck? I had no idea you could do that with this lander, not lander, I'm stunned, rotor video thing. My God, this was beautiful. All of it was beautiful, but this I had just not expected at all. So next, was this, did someone wanted to say something? Ah, great. So I have to repeat this so everybody knows. They used filters and, again? All the Instagram filters, and they filmed themselves and then uploaded that and kind of generated weirdo shit with it. Great. And yes, thank you. So next thing up is going to be one of our partners or sponsors from LA, no, San Francisco, and he will speak to you right now. He's the guy from Boomi. No?
Hey everybody, I'm Alex. I'm the founder and CEO of Boomi. Hello from California. Hello from Silicon Valley. I am so excited and frankly very humbled to be supporting DIANA this year. It's such an awesome idea. I think when people talk about Boomi a lot of the time, they're focused on the technology, they're focused on artificial intelligence and all the engineering, when in reality, the really cool thing and really the whole point is humanity, not technology. I think today, as we listen and as we collaborate and use technology to push musical boundaries, push what genre means, push ourselves into inspiration around technology, the true lesson is going to be one that's very human. And because of that, I can't wait to hear what everybody comes up with. I really wish I could be there in person and look forward to meeting you all in person at some point. good luck. Have a ton of fun. I think this is going to be a ton of fun, and I'm really happy to be supporting it. So good luck, everybody, and thanks so much for involving us.
Thank you, Alex. Okay, now, before we find out who actually won the DIANA Award, you might have seen it sparkling back there. It's very pretty. I would have done the whole thing just to get one of those. But before we find out who's the winning team, let's breathe and listen to some more beautiful music from Gray. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We are now going to get to the voting. So please send me the silver envelope, the magic silver envelope. As you may have noticed, we don't have a huge, beautiful audience in a theater who can clap as loud as they can to vote for the best song. We only have a very small but even more beautiful audience. We had to opt for a silent or more virtual way to vote. So every one of the writing team plus our excellent jury had one vote, and yes, the musicians could not vote for themselves. So somehow this will be fair, and I have no idea what's in here. Yes, and before I open this, one thing I really want to say is that all of you are winners. I mean, definitely. And I'm not saying it like this. You definitely won. And besides all these nice words, you also get a DIANA Special Edition certificate, a premium license for the AI application Boomi, a 1-month pro license for the video AI tool Lander, the mastering AI tool Lander, and a ticket for the CO Pop Convention 2021. Many words. So, what I do now, I open this. Yes. All right. It is Silent Boom, Team 1. Please welcome up here on stage. Please come up on stage. You are the winners, my dears. Come here. A big yes, just clap as if you would be 500 people, please now. Yes, you know how this is going, right? We need a couple words of you, like, how are you feeling? Who do you want to thank? Please cry, there's the camera. Okay. Ashia, I'd say start.
Well.
Loud.
Well, I can only speak for myself at this point, but I'm feeling pretty shocked and pretty stunned, and incredibly honored, and quite emotional, because to be thrown into something, I personally have never done a songwriting camp before, and definitely have never worked so fast and so quickly with not so much time to digest so much music technology. And it's been such an honor to be with this incredible team, this like power team, but also amongst all these incredible songwriters and producers, and hearing the other songs as well. It took me hours to decide to vote as well, because I was completely impressed and floored with the emotions and the expressions that came out through this use of what seems like what Alex was saying. It seemed like, oh, it's just programming and technology, but actually it's to bring forth how we feel and think, and something that's quite more tactile to how we are as humans. So yeah.
Wow. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you.
I'd like a couple words from you as well, please.
Yeah, I wish I had some kind of AI-generated speech prepared, but I don't. Yeah, I think this is really amazing. I'm really happy. We're all really surprised, because we just had so much fun doing this, and we were so lucky to be in this team, because we really like completed each other and balanced each other out, and it was really fun to not question anything. Of course we question things, but these like not having the option and having these restrictions to just go and play with this and be experimental was really fun. And this experience was so cool already, and now this is just like the cherry on top, and I'm really happy and want to thank my team and you and everybody who was part of this, really.
Great. Thank you so much. So you say that actually the restrictions triggered inspiration.
Exactly, like you said
Wow,
before, yeah.
that's great to hear. So, Vincent, a couple words from you would be nice as well.
Yeah, a few things to add, I think. But maybe some thank yous. First of all, thank you to my team. You were amazing. It was an honor working with you. I'm really surprised, but I'm also really happy for the experience. So yeah, just check out Floss, check out Asha, Bouton Rouge. Check out their stuff, they're amazing. I also want to thank my family. I know it's a cliche, but I know also that they are watching, so thank you. Thank you to the other teams. I really wish we would have had more time to also see what you were doing in the process and learning from you, because telling from the songs, you're all just really amazing musicians too. But maybe there's a time for that, and we can meet again and maybe learn from each other. That would be cool. And of course, thank you to the amazing Diana team for organizing this. Also, thank you to the technicians. Thank you to Jens, who lent me an USB cable, because without it, I would have been lost.
Great, wonderful. So, before I let you go, of course, you get a little bit on top beside this trophy, and I like this trophy so much. I would have done the whole thing just to get one of those. Anyway, you do get something else. So you get a full year of a premium license of the mastering tool Lander, and you get on top special tickets for the CO Pop Convention 2021, but also to the festival. So 3 or 4 days of fantastic concerts. And thank you so much. Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, now we are coming to an end, but before we say goodbye for the night, for tonight, because we will do this more often, Diana is a concept. We will work next year with different tools and in another setting, and hopefully with a real audience, of course. We are invited to different places, but we keep this a secret for now. And anyway, before we say goodbye and before we see the video of the winning team again, I'd like to welcome the Diana core team on stage. Please come Carla König and Ralf Christoph. Well, I'm not allowed to hug you, and I might even have to read this because I'm getting emotional. So, Carla, my dear, Carla was the project manager and storm pilot, and this is true, I sometimes wondered if you may have like 2 brains and 2 hearts, because I had no idea how you could get like everything in check and still like keep your love up for this. And I'm not so easy to impress with this kind of shit. So what I want to say, it's been an honor and a pleasure to be in one cockpit with you. Thank you so much. Carla, I mean, you all had these amazing emails from her. You know what she did. And it was just that much of the whole thing, right? So, Ralf, my dear, yes. When I looked for partners for the Diana concept in the beginning of 2019, I asked great people and everybody said, wow, this idea is so amazing, you really got to do this, and just get it going and then I will join. So when I talked to Ralf, and I only talked to him, like I just explained it on the phone, what I want and what I see in it. And he said, let's do it. Please send me the concept. Well, I did, and the next time we spoke, he already had pulled up the first funding of the city of Cologne. So that was amazing. And next thing he did was he brought Carla to the team, and off we went. And as you can imagine, we came a long way. Our debut should have been in April within the CO Pop convention, under very different circumstances, and we still did it. And it would have been so much easier to say, let's just skip it for the year, and we didn't, and I love you for this. So, we have also to thank you, some more people from our great team and partners and sponsors, and I will hand this over now to Ralf, before I start to cry. Yes.
Thank you, Jovanka. Is it on? This one? Okay. Thanks for your kind words, Jovanka. But you all know that this won't be happening without the spirit and the ideas of Jovanka herself. So a big thanks to you as well on this stage. Thank you very much. As you mentioned before, we have to thank a couple of people and institutions and partners. Without them, it won't be able to have an event such like this happening, especially in these really, really crazy times. So first and almost the city of Cologne, which is also a partner of CO Pop, XOXO, and a longtime partner of CO Pop Festival and CO Pop Convention. And in this special occasion, the Köln Business Wirtschaftsförderung, which was sponsoring this event. Thank you very much. Of course, the whole team of CO Pop and everyone who was involved here tonight on location, on the World Wide Web, outside and everywhere. Amazing team, thank you very much. Lander and Boomi were already mentioned, software support. Thank you for this as well. We also have to thank Factory Berlin, which is our presenting partner in Berlin, and we hope that we will see this collaboration going further on in the future. Thanks to Elisa Metz, who did the graphic and design for the DIANA CI, the award and everything. Thanks for this as well. Thanks to Janni and Stefan, who produced the overnight trailer. And I have to mention at this stage again for the audience outside, everything we've listened to and were watching to a couple of minutes ago was not existing 24 hours ago. So this is all happened in the last 24 hours, as well as the trailers and everything we've seen. Thanks for this as well. Thanks to Jens and Ola for technical support here on the campsite yesterday and here today. And of course, thanks to my colleagues from the jury, Sandira, Claudia Schwarz, who could not be with us today, Stephanie in her real life, Stephanie Grave was also a jury member, and of course Jovanka herself. Thanks to Gray for her great music and support tonight, and last not least to the location Herbrands, which is the home of CO Pop XOXO for the next days as well, and the last days again. So thank you very much. Thanks, Jovanka.
Thank you so much. Good night and have fun with the video Silent Boom again. Thank you.
I'm in the mood to make me feel alright in a whole world of lies. Looking for some kind of persuasion, a generated generation. It's the shadow of a shadow, the great white moon, no battles over flower, a silent boom. I'm in the mood for the imperfect mission and facing the system. I got the power to come alive, and then I'm gonna bring my vibe. It's the shadow of a shadow that